First pick in the NFL draft, the Las Vegas Raiders. This is where like your teacher gives you a freebie on the test just so you feel good about it.
This is the free square.
This is the free square. Everybody should have the same answer here. Las Vegas Raiders quarterback Fernando Mendoza, Indiana. What do you got?
Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana.
Not much talking on that. Let's get to pick number 2, the New York Jets. Where are they going for you?
And number 2, I think it's kind of 50-50. It's either David Bailey or Arvell Reese. Me personally, I think David Bailey is the better player. So since it's the Jets, I have them taking Arvell Reese, linebacker edge at Ohio State.
It's funny. That's kind of my exact same thought. I was thinking David Bailey's the better player, so they're probably going to take Arvell Reese out of Ohio State. So we are locked in there. Two for two on our first 2 picks. Pick number 3.
We have our first trade of the NFL draft. This is a big one. This is the Novak lock here. Kansas City. How many times are they going to pick in the top 10 in the next 6-7 years? Probably never. They have Mahomes. They're expected to compete. This may be their only chance to get a guy. They have pick 9 and they have a second pick late in the first at 29. If you pair 9 and 29, move up to 3 and go get David Bailey, go get your pass rusher, go get your difference maker. I think this is the move of the draft here. Looking at Jimmy Johnson's draft value sheet, 9 and 29 comes out pretty darn close to 3. You might have to package like a few little things, later picks or whatever, but it comes out pretty close. You go get your one guy, your one difference maker that's going to make your defense a serious threat.
I think you stole what I said last week. That was my prediction moving up last week, and I was about to do the same thing. I have it down here too. First trade in the NFL draft. I have the Chiefs moving up to 3 with the Cardinals.
All right, I don't like it anymore because you're doing it.
I said this last week.
I was so excited about this, man. I don't listen to you when you talk.
That's exactly what I said last week. I was like, I think the Chiefs are going to trade.
All right, now I feel way worse about this. I need to change this.
I swear, we did not talk about this prior, but I got Chiefs trading up to 3 with the Cardinals to grab edge David Bailey. Yeah, we're in lockstep here. I swear we didn't talk about that prior.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's move on to
All right.
Pick number 4.
All right. Well, we're not going to stay the same here because I zagged where the obvious pick is probably Jeremiah Love, and that probably is what it is, but that's not what I'm going to do because I'm somewhat biased, and I think Tennessee should go another way and get playmakers later for Cam Ward. I'm going Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State to Tennessee here. They do need a linebacker. It's a bit of a reach. Dude's a freak, though, and it's not just a combine freak. I mean, he also had an insane tackle rate this year. He's a very good player, standout player to me. I think the Titans take him at 4.
Interesting. Yeah, a lot of people have Jeremiah Love going here. I did not go that direction either. I was looking at their depth chart. They have some running backs. They have Pollard. I don't think it's their biggest pressing need right now. I don't think the running back position is exactly where they should hit it for. So I got him going best wide receiver in the draft, helping out that wide receiver room. I got him going wide receiver Carnell Tate out of Ohio State.
I would love that pick for Cam Ward. At 5 here, New York Giants. They're taking one of my favorite players in the draft here, Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. Getting that second pick gives them a little bit of flexibility here. I think that lets them go get Caleb Downs here and really fill a need for them, get a playmaker that is going to be in the NFL for a long time.
Giants, you had them going pick 4. I think this is a statement pick here for the Giants. I think this is John Harbaugh. They're trying to get back to the big, bad, mean G-men, and this is where they take linebacker Sonny Styles out of Ohio State. That's 3 Ohio State players going in the top 5 for me. So I got Sonny Styles going 5th to the Giants.
Yeah, 6. I've got the Browns taking Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State. If he's there, I think the Browns have to address the need at wide receiver and go that way. So Carnell Tate to the Browns makes too much sense to me.
I got the Browns going to the offensive line, taking the first offensive tackle. They, at one point a couple months ago, they had either one or no offensive tackles signed. They have some serious issues on the front line there. If you can't protect the quarterback, you can't get the ball to the wide receivers. So I got him going Francis Mwaga out of Miami, offensive tackle to the Browns.
That's not how you say that name.
How do you say that last name?
Maui Noah.
Maui Noah. I mean, me with pronunciations, if you've listened to this
That was
podcast
terrible.
for 3 years,
Taco is gonna love that though. He could not wait to hear
say
you
it one more
pronounce some of
time.
these names. Maui Noah, it's pronounced with an N instead of a G, sort of. Now, why you would have any way of knowing that, I don't know.
Yeah, my
But yes,
just in general, if you've watched this podcast for years, my pronunciations is terrible. Going back to I thought the Guillotine League was pronounced guillotine. Apparently the L's are silent. How am I
you called him Jamar Gibbs for a long time too, and we just let that go for a bit.
All right, so I got Browns taken offensive tackle Francis. I'm not even going to say it. Offensive tackle Francis out of Miami.
All right, at 7, I've got the Commanders filling a need here, taking one of the more talented players in this draft, Jeremiah Love, running back Notre Dame. I think this creates a very fun dynamic in that backfield. Hopefully takes a little bit of pressure off of Jaden Daniels, maybe a few less hits. Yeah, absolute playmaker there.
I've got the same pick here. Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame, running back going to the Commanders. You pair him with Jaden Daniels, that's going to be a nightmare for the other team's defense, just trying to guard those two, figuring out what's going on there. So I think that would be electric.
All right, at 8, I have the New Orleans Saints, and as a Panthers fan, I don't know if I love this, but I've got the New Orleans Saints taking Ruben Bain, edge out of Miami. If they draft him Thursday night, he flies into New Orleans Friday to meet the team, come to the facility and all that stuff. I can hook him up with tickets Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever he wants. He can come out to the Zurich Classic this week, come say, hey, Ruben Bain going to the Saints.
I got the Saints going another direction here. I think they need some help in that wide receiver room. Let's give Tyler Shugg a shot, see how good he really is. Last year I thought he was pretty good, but let's see what he can do. Their wide receiver room tends to get dinged up a little bit. This guy's been, he had a weird combine with some weird interviews, and then people have kind of gone quiet on him, but I think he goes pretty early, and that's Makai Lemon out of USC. I got him going down there to the Saints. I think he's really going to flourish in that system.
Yeah, so here at 9, this is where I now have Arizona taking Kansas City's pick. So Arizona getting a guy who very well they may have taken at 3, and that's Francis Maui Noah. So they still end up kind of working out, getting a bookend tackle for whatever quarterback they end up having, taking Maui Noah at 9.
Again, I have the Cardinals here as well. We both had that trade somehow. I got him going tackle as well, different name. I got Spencer Fano out of Utah. I think those Utah guys, I think they want to stay west, and the Cardinals obviously out there on the west. So Spencer Fano out of Utah, tackle for the Cardinals at that 9th pick after the trade.
All right, pick 10. This is the Giants' second pick. I have them going wide receiver, boosting that room, giving Jackson Dart another weapon to work with, and that's Jordan Tyson. He's been rumored a little bit to the Giants. I think it makes a ton of sense. It'll be interesting because he's been a target hog pretty much his whole career in college. So now going somewhere with Malik Neighbors, it'll be interesting to see how that works out. But look, if you got 2 studs at wide receiver, that's not a bad problem to have. So Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State.
I got him going wide receiver as well. I just have a different name here. I have Denzel Boston out of Washington. So my thought here is, listen, Malik Neighbors is kind of injury prone and Jordan Tyson is injury prone. Like, I can't put both those guys in the same room. Like, I don't know if they're both going to be on the field. I don't think it makes a ton of sense to go another injury prone wide receiver. Denzel Boston out of Washington going to the Giants.
Wow. That is a pick. All right. At 11, I have Miami. I have the Dolphins. They also need wide receiver help. They truly don't even have a wide receiver room at this point. I've got them taking Makai Lemon, wide receiver out of USC. This would be a great pick for them. This is a playmaker for Malik Willis, which they desperately need.
At this spot, Dolphins need help basically everywhere. So I got him taking best player available here at 11. For me, safety Caleb Downs is still on the board out of Ohio State. I think he'll be there for a long time. Caleb Downs, safety to the Dolphins at 11.
Yeah, that would if Downs is there at 11, that's definitely a slam dunk pick. That would be very good for the Dolphins. At 12, I have the Dallas Cowboys. I've been harping the whole time on them taking a pass rusher, and then I don't have them taking a pass rusher here. I've got them taking the number 1 corner on the board. I could mess up this name actually. Mansour Delane, I believe. Cornerback out of LSU. I'm not sure on the pronunciation of that name, so I'm not going to get on you for that when you also probably butcher it later. But good talent out of LSU. Take defensive backs out of LSU. They usually work out.
I'm gonna call it the same way. Cowboys cornerback out of LSU, Mansour Delane. I don't see any other teams taking him before the Cowboys get to him, and I feel like the fact that he falls to 12,
I think
the Cowboy
I think if the Chiefs don't move up, Chiefs at 9 is definitely a possibility. And the Dolphins technically at 11 if they don't go wide receiver. But yeah, the cornerback landing spots aren't like super prevalent.
I really like that landing spot. Cowboys always seem to nail their first round picks, but if he falls to them at 12, I'm sure they're going to be super stoked with that. They need that
Yeah.
help there. So we both got the
Yes.
LSU cornerback going 12 to the Cowboys.
All right. Here at 13, I debated a trade because it's the Rams and who knows, they don't care about actually making picks. But instead, I do think that they could use some help at tackle. So I've got Spencer Fano, tackle out of Utah, going to the Rams here, boosting that offensive line.
The Rams, I think they're set up great for a Super Bowl run. The only thing that really derails Super Bowl runs is when your offensive line gets beat up. So I have them taking offensive tackle as well, kind of just as like an insurance policy. Let's make sure we stay healthier this year. I got him going Monroe Freeling out of Georgia. I think he's like 6'7", monster of a human being, good feet. So I think he's out there in the Rams. It's funny, a lot of people have Rams going wide receiver, and I just like I couldn't see it happening there
Yeah.
at 13. So
The way my board fell, I think clearly you were just significantly higher on Denzel Boston than I am. So
I don't know if I was
um,
higher on
I
Denzel
didn't
Boston
really.
or lower on Jordan Tyson. It's just
That's yeah. At 14, we both had this as lock picks for two different guys. I'm sticking with my pick, Vega Ioane, offensive guard out of Penn State. They need help on the interior offensive line. That'll open up some nice holes for Derrick Henry. This is a good pick here for Baltimore, and just makes a ton of sense to me.
so I was doing my research the past couple days, and the more I looked at it, the more I was like, man, the Ravens have holes that they need to be filled, and Kenyon Sadiq is probably not it's probably not the right pick. I don't think they're gonna do Kenyon Sadiq anymore. So I got him taking offensive tackle Caden Proctor out of Alabama, there at 14. I've come
I
around.
swayed you.
I don't know if it was you've swayed me or I was looking at the depth charts and I'm just like, man, they need tight end production, but I think that's a pretty crappy pick for them to do there at 14 with everything else they need. They lost Linderbaum. They have another offensive tackle that had a bad injury. Yeah, so I got him going Caden Proctor out of Alabama.
Yeah, I mean yeah, it makes some sense. All right, so next up at 15, I have the Tampa Bay Bucks going Keldrick Falk, edge out of Auburn. This is maybe a touch early for where some people have, but I think the fit is good. Tampa Bay needs it. Todd Bowles has lacked a little bit of defensive identity with the Bucks in recent times. They've really been a more offensive team. I think that this really helps their run defense. He's definitely more on the run defensive side of things, but gives them a good player that will probably play in the NFL for a long time and be a very strong run defender. So it's, in my opinion, a pretty safe pick for the Buccaneers here.
All right, this is where I do have Ruben Bain falling just because of all the talk. And if he falls 15 to the Bucks, stays down there in Florida, I think they snatch him up. They need some edge rush, Ruben Bain Jr. From Miami to the Buccaneers. That would be a great hit for them if they could get him down there at 15. That's where I see him going.
Yeah, that would be steal of the draft right there. At 16, I have my second trade of the NFL draft. I have the Philadelphia Eagles moving up from 23 up to 16 with the Jets here and taking Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle out of Georgia. I think this would be huge for fixing their offensive line, getting the offensive line squared away. I think Freeling's a good player. Him still being there available in that 16 range is reasonably likely, but I think that he fits maybe the kind of lineman that the Eagles have kind of become to be known for a little bit. It makes a lot of sense for me and it'd be a good move, especially knowing that Detroit is likely positioning to maybe take an offensive lineman as well at 17 next pick.
Jets, I got them staying here at 16. People are probably thinking they could possibly go quarterback. I don't. They have some wide receiver needs. Jordan Tyson's still available, but they're not going Jordan Tyson. They're going Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana. He's going to the Jets. I like the guy. I like the player. I feel bad for him that he's going to end up going to the Jets there at 16, but that's what I got.
Yeah, keep that thought for a little later. At 17, I do have the Detroit Lions going offensive line. I think they need it. I've got them taking Caleb Lomu, second Utah offensive lineman going in this. I don't know if he'll finish as a tackle, as get kicked inside. I'm not sure, but I do think he will help this Detroit Lions offensive line.
I got Lions going offensive line as well. This is a name I am going to butcher, so I'm sorry. Offensive guard, Olavuega Ione out of Penn State. How bad was that?
Yeah, it's just you can say Vega,
All right.
you on it.
Vega Ione out of Penn State. I think this guy's going to be a hit. I think this guy could be at the Lions organization there for,
Mhm.
I don't know, 10, 12 years. Yeah, they need some offensive line help. I think that's where they go.
All right. At 18, I have our second safety going off the board to Minnesota. Dylan Teneman. Tieneman. Tieneman. I think I'm saying that right. Safety out of Oregon. Big transfer from Purdue, I
Yeah, from
believe,
Purdue.
last year. Great get for Oregon, playmaker on the backside. This is a good one for Minnesota. Minnesota is known for their white safeties, so a nice little pickup for them.
I got him going on the defensive well. I got him going defensive tackle. Caden McDonald out of Ohio State. How many Ohio State players is that in the first 18 that I got going? One, two.
That should be
That's six.
five.
Three, four,
No,
five. I got
should be
five.
five.
Yeah, five
Yeah.
Ohio State players going in the first 18. Uh, yeah, Caden McDonald, defensive tackle, going to the Vikings.
At 19, my Carolina Panthers go get a playmaker. This right here is Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon, making his way all the way to the Panthers. Absolute freak. I will be buying the jersey. I will be wearing the jersey. I can't wait. He's fallen.
I've got the same pick, tight end Kenyon Sadiq out of Oregon. I don't know if you've talked me into it last week or if it was just like you were saying, the tight end needy teams from like 11 to
It's like
17. It's
if
not.
he makes it past, like, I don't see Baltimore as much, but really, if he makes it past Baltimore and Tampa,
I thought about
it's
there's
happening.
potential. I thought maybe he goes to the Vikings at 18 right before him. But I think their defensive needs are too pressing. I think he falls to 19. And like you said, Panthers are kind of set up for take the best player available. And at 19, if Kenyon Sadiq falls there, I think they do it.
Yep. All right. This is at 20. This is the second pick for the Dallas Cowboys. I've got them taking another great defensive player here to help. This is the pass rusher that they're taking here. I've got him taking Akeem Mesidor, absolute beast of an edge out of Miami. A little on the older side, but still, he's a guy that's going to get after the passer every single week.
Same. Edge, Akeem Mesidor out of Miami. We have some random just picks in the middle of this draft that are the exact same. We got Cowboys
Mm-hmm.
both taking two good defensive players. I mean, listen, if the Cowboys end up with Akeem Mesidor and we both have them taking Mansour Delane, like,
Yeah,
like
that'd be very
that's
good.
a great first round for the Cowboys. I think they'd be very
Mm-hmm.
happy with that. So yeah, Cowboys at 20, they're going edge.
Here at 21, I toyed with the idea of Ty Simpson here. I really did. I really, I'll be honest, I hadn't really thought Ty Simpson was going to go to the Steelers until I saw a report maybe 2 or 3 days ago talking about how the Steelers were looking at Carson Beck and Mike McCarthy wants a quarterback with big hands and long arms. And to me, that screamed smokescreen to the point where they don't want teams thinking that they're going to take a quarterback first round or trying to target Ty Simpson because it just felt like way too uh, theatrical to like I don't know. But anyway, I didn't go quarterback here, but I considered it. I have them taking Caden Proctor, tackle out of Alabama. This is a big mountain of a human. Uh, Whoever their quarterback ends up being, hopefully he will help to keep that quarterback upright.
I can't see the Steelers doing quarterback, and there's two reasons. I think there is a little bit of a Kenny Pickett like feeling still from a couple years ago, how that didn't work out. And then also, like, if you take a quarterback first round, like, you're just signaling to Aaron Rodgers, like, what I think that's a terrible signal for him, if they want him to come back. So, I don't see them doing quarterback. I got him going offensive tackle to keep Aaron Rodgers right up healthy, and that's, whew, Max Ionacre out of Arizona State, offensive tackle.
All right. Taco's gonna have so much fun with this. I'm not saying I'm necessarily gonna pronounce it better, but man, he is gonna be loving this. All right, at 22, I have yet another offensive lineman going. The Chargers, they need some interior help. I looked other ways. I didn't like how the edge board looked here. This may be a reach, a touch of a reach, but I've got them going Chase Besantis, offensive guard out of Texas A&M. Probably one of the best true guards still available on the board here. Most of the other guys that on the offensive line were tackles. They don't need tackles. They definitely specifically need interior guys. And I didn't see any great trade down opportunities, anybody that would necessarily be moving up in this position. So I've got the Chargers staying put and taking a guard.
I got him going with that second tackle out of Utah, Caleb Lemieux. I got him falling.
He could kick inside. Yeah,
I
if he's available, that would have probably been
Yeah, I
and
think
kick
he's
him
already
inside to
off your
low.
board, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so I think Chargers, I really like their team, I like their coaches.
yeah.
They had some problems with that line last year. I don't see anywhere else the
Mhm.
Chargers go. I think they go guard or tackle, Caleb Lemieux out of Utah, the second Utah guy there, to the Chargers.
All right. At 23, this is the Eagles pick that I have traded to the Jets now. And I have the Jets. I'm agreeing with you. I have them going Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver out of Indiana,
So we both have them going there, we have them going there at different spots.
in
Interesting.
different spots, but we both have the Jets taking him.
So for our mock draft challenge, that'll be different point values, obviously, based
Mhm.
on where he lands. But I got the Eagles going edge, Seldrick Falk out of Auburn. No real reason, rhyme or reason there, but I think they need some defensive help there. I got them going edge.
All right, this here at 24, this is the Browns' second pick. Uh, in my opinion, this is a how would you call it? This is a player that is maybe people have differing opinions, especially on the injury front, because they're unsure of how the knee is. But Jermod McCoy, corner out of Tennessee, the talent is there. I think Cleveland will take the risk on the talent and hope he pans out. I think when healthy, he's a very good player. So I've got Jermod McCoy, corner, going to the Browns here.
So this is where I have the Browns addressing their wide receiver need. I have Jordan Tyson fallen way down in this draft. He's been talked about too much the past week, and people are not bringing up his injury concerns. I'm falling way down the board. Browns grabbing Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State with the 24th pick in the draft.
All right. Here at 25, Chicago Bears staying put, taking a guy just down the road. Taco already talked about him. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety out of Toledo. I think gives him a playmaker on the back end. Uh, Look, this is we don't have many group of five or non-power five guys going, so this may be actually the only one technically. This would be an exciting moment in the first round for sure.
Listen, if that player is there for the Bears at 25, I really do think they select him. Safety Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo. I think it makes a lot of sense for what the Bears need. Their offense kind of okay. I know their center retired. Um,
Mhm.
but I think if that player lands there close to the Bears, they take him.
When when did the Bears pick in the second round? I do think center would be interesting. Bears
There's that
pick
center out of
they pick at 57
there's that center out of Florida, but he's just like
and 60.
not highly graded.
I really like Connor Liu out of Auburn. I do think that he could be there. They also have 2 second
Well,
rounders, so if they wanted to, they could trade up.
I was like
They'll have options. They'll have
the
options
Bears
for
need a
sure.
center, and I was looking at the
Yeah.
centers, and they're graded too low to be trying to take one at the 25th pick. I think they
I
could
think that
address
they
that in
could
the
get
second
one in the
round.
second,
That's what I was thinking.
especially if they get concerned there because you could pair both of your seconds to move up a little bit in the second or something. You could do something there and work your way up. But Anyway, at 26, Buffalo. I have the Bills going defense here. I toyed with wide receiver. I just did. I'm just not that high on these wide receivers, I guess. But I've got them taking T.J. Parker out of Clemson. Uh, this is, a pass rusher. This is a guy that's going to be hopefully in the backfield for them, making some plays, and honestly, hopefully a defensive player that can stay healthy for a full season.
All right, I got a trade. Bills with the 26th pick. They're down here a lot in this like 26th and on, and they tend to trade out of it a lot. They really do. I have the Cardinals trading back up into the first round to grab quarterback Ty Simpson with the 26th pick. They have Jacoby Brissett and they have Gardner Minshew. I don't think Ty Simpson necessarily will play this year, but Jacoby Brissett's a journeyman. Gardner Minshew's been in the league for a while. I think the Cardinals grab him, let him learn between those guys. Maybe towards the end of the season he gets a starter too, but I think that's where Ty Simpson lands. Cardinals at 26.
All right, at 27, I keep the Clemson thing going here with offensive tackle Blake Miller out of Clemson going to San Fran here. Look, I know they just signed Trent Williams, but they still need some help on the offensive line. I think Blake Miller fills a need there, so got them going offensive tackle.
I'm glad I'm going offensive guard. You had this guy going a lot earlier in your draft than I did. I think this is right kind of where he slots, and that's Chase Besantis, offensive guard out of Texas A&M. 49ers.
Yeah, that's actually both of it. He's not necessarily a guaranteed first rounder, so both of us having him there is actually interesting. At 28, I have Texans going offensive line as they should be doing until they can get it sorted. We're going to give this one more go. I have them taking Max Ihenachur. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Ihenachur. That's what I'm going with.
I almost think like the H is silent. Ian Acker? Ian Acker? I don't.
Ian Acker? I don't know. We'll do better. If he goes first round and he goes to the Texans, I will make sure that I know how to say his name as a thank you for getting me 10 points on the screenplay mock draft game. Offensive tackle out of Arizona State hopefully helps fill a need that the Texans have. In fact, I want to say they took an offensive tackle out of Arizona State last year in the draft. While you're going, I will look that up.
All right, Texans. I got him going offensive tackle. I do think this player is a bit of a reach. But with how many offensive linemen are going off in the first round, I think they have to go here. Jennings Dunker out of Iowa. Man with a great hairdo. They need someone to protect CJ Stroud. And like Taco said, there's something with that Iowa offensive line stuff. So I think they go Jennings Dunker out of Iowa.
Yeah, they took Ariante Ursary last year. I want to say he was Arizona State. No, he's Minnesota. It's all the same.
Very close.
Come on. All right. Anyway, at 29, I have the Arizona Cardinals. This was part of that Chiefs-Cardinals trade. I have the Arizona Cardinals taking Ty Simpson here. This is your quarterback. This is your fifth-year option on your quarterback, making sure to take him in the first round still. So this is where the Cardinals go, quarterback.
All right. I actually have the Chiefs still holding this pick. And the reason is I think they throw something 2027 at the Cardinals. With that I think they go ninth. That pick we had earlier in the draft where they trade up to 3. I think they give them the 9th pick and then potentially like a 2027 first, where the Cardinals are like, hey, they're probably not going to finish in the Final Four this year. We might have a better pick next year with the Chiefs. So I got the Chiefs still holding a second round draft pick after that trade. And I think they go cornerback. You had this guy going early. He's had some injury troubles. Jermod McCoy out of Tennessee. I think at that spot, if he falls to them, they are definitely willing to take the risk on him. This was a guy who was potential top 10 talent at one point, but injuries have hit him. So if he's there at 29, I got the Chiefs going cornerback, Jermod McCoy.
All right. At 30, Dolphins second pick. I have them also going corner out of Tennessee, Colton Hood. Look, Dolphins basically just need everything. I think this is a good player. I think this is a first round pick. So I've got them going corner, Colton Hood.
Dolphins, I have them addressing some wide receiver concerns here. I got Casey Concepcion out of Texas A&M, staying in the first round, going a little late. Uh, I think this is right where he'll fall. Dolphins 30th wide receiver. I think would be a good landing spot for him.
Yeah, so I've only had 4 wide receivers go at this point,
Did
and
you
New
use
England's on.
Casey Concepcion yet?
I have not used Boston or Casey Concepcion.
That's crazy. So our big difference is I have Boston going mad
You have
early.
Boston as 10. Well, we'll see. I have New England here not taking a wide receiver, though.
Mm-hmm.
I have them trading out of the first round. I have the Raiders moving up, jumping a few teams, and taking Casey Concepcion to fill the need at wide receiver, get them a playmaker, get them kind of a faster slot guy. I feel like the Raiders do have some nice outside, bigger body guys, especially if you count Brock Bowers into that kind of bigger body mold receiver. They don't have more of the weapon slot, move him around guy. I think that would fill a nice little need for them there. Wide receiver out of A&M.
I think the Patriots really need an edge rusher. I don't see him trading out. I see him sticking. I see him taking an edge out of the SEC. I got Zion Young out of Missouri going to the Patriots. I think that'll be just a very nice pick for the Patriots there at 31.
And then lastly, the Seattle Seahawks, their secondary has been kind of decimated this offseason. I've got them sticking and taking Avion Terrell, corner out of Clemson. This is AJ Terrell's younger brother, I believe. This also finishes my run of 3 Clemson players and like 6 picks just so they can boast about how they had 3 first rounders go in this draft.
I have cornerback Avion Terrell here. I crossed it out because on my board I still have Dylan Thieneman sitting here. And if he falls to 32,
Yeah.
snatch that up. I think it would be tough for him to fall that far, but the way my board works, like you said, white safety out of Oregon, can move him around a bit. I got Dylan Thieneman going to the Seahawks, and John Schneider always finds a way to do something. And well, you got McDonald there. He likes these quick guys that can move around. So I think that'd be a great pick there for the Seahawks. All right, interesting mock draft. We have a lot of same picks in random spots, and then we also have a few that were just
We're
all
like
over the place.
way off on a few.
We're like, so so Denzel Boston we're way off on, Caleb Downs we're way off on, but then like Cowboys, we both have the same exact pick in 12 and what is that, 20? Kenyon Sadiq, we've got the same. Jordan Tyson, we're both all over the board on. We got Ty Simpson going to 2 different teams. Yeah, it's gonna
No,
be
you got Ty Simpson going to
to the Cardinals.
yeah. That's where I got him.
Oh, you
going.
got
But we just have
we
we have him in
spots.
different spots
Okay, interesting.
because you had him trading up to 26, and I'm at 29 as part of the KC trade.
Interesting. It's going to be fun to watch. NFL draft starts this Thursday from Pittsburgh, April 23rd through April 25th. Get in there. Get on the screenplaypodcast.com NFL draft challenge. No entry fee, $250 to the winner. Play along. See where your mock draft stacks up. It'll be updating live as the draft happens. So you're going to get 10 points for a hit, 5 points if you're off by 1 spot, 0 points, anything else. The team doesn't necessarily matter where they go. It is the spot. So again, $0 entry fee, $250 to the winner. Perfect draft. Andrew will fly you out to any PGA Tour event you want, plus tickets. Get on there, fill out your bracket. It's going to be a fun time. Please get on YouTube, like and subscribe at screenplay_podcast. We are on socials at screenplay_podcast, and you can check out our website, thescreenplaypodcast.com. Good luck to Andrew this week. He's playing with Ben Griffin, defending his title at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans. Draft week, I'm pumped about it. I love TV selection shows. This is just another one that gets my juices flowing. Any last words for the audience?
No. Good luck to everyone. Hope your teams get better this week, especially the Panthers.
We'll see you guys next week with best drafts, worst drafts, overall thoughts from the draft, and hopefully another PGA Tour title for Andrew and Ben. We will see you guys next week. Appreciate it.